Hello everyone and welcome to World of Darkness news, the in-between edition, in-between packs and upcoming Month of Darkness. We have a lot of smaller and some bigger TTRPG updates, some spoilers for Month of Darkness as well, so if you want to approach Month of Darkness completely blind, do not watch this stream, because we're going to tell you about some of the reveals which we're going to have for you in October. And yeah, as usual in October we have 31 days of beats every single day, so every day there's going to be a calendar opening, like a little advent calendar with new things like updates, reveals, free downloads, free stuff from developers to the communities. There's a lot of stuff that is being shared during October. We're doing this for the third year in a row. Past 2 years has been awesome, and this year is going to be hopefully even more awesome. So let's go for a little bit of a TTRPG driven news stream with all of the updates that come from last week, but also some of them will pop in October. Starting with the first one, something that you've been asking about for a while, and I'm very happy to announce that Vampire the Masquerade Blood Sigils is going to be out for pre-ordering folks on October 6th. So if you like some vampire blood sorcery, if you like that Tremere, but not only Tremere, also Banu Hakim, and also very strongly hinted Tsimitsi, little ties, and of course also blood magic and sorcery that can be used by any other clan. This book is for you, and the PDF is going to be out for everyone who pre-ordered on October 6th, so very soon. And you can already see a little preview of that PDF on Renegade site. If you will go to the Renegade store, go to Blood Sigils product page, check out the gallery, because there is something special. I'm going to give you a little preview in here. I won't be showing you the whole, so you can actually check it out on the web, but it's a lore sheet that comes straight from the book, and it gives you a little bit of a glimpse of what you can expect from Blood Sigils. Ta-da! I'm going to hide behind it a little bit and lurk from here. So the lore sheet is called Veins of the Earth, and let me just read the introduction. The earth lives. It vibrates on frequencies far beyond human senses. As everyone carries on their day, as plants grow and animals thrive, the earth's power ebbs and flows across the surface like water. It's in the air the kind breathes, and it's in the ground everyone walks on. The rise of Tiamat, the blood serpent, only makes clear what many have known for years. The earth carves a web of energy patterns into its flesh. It waits for someone to take hold of it, and that someone is you. This is a really cool lore sheet that I just like so far. I am a little bit afraid of how OP some of these powers may be, but that's in general might be a theme of this book. There's a lot of nice, powerful things which you can use in your campaigns. One of them that I want to give you a little bit of a glimpse on, let me just pull this sheet a little bit upwards, is the Revelations of the Earth. That can be so fun to use in your chronicles. Let me just read that out. Revelations of the Earth. You listen to the veins of the earth and hear who passes along them. Once per session, when you meditate for at least half an hour on a focus, you may ask the storyteller one question about one kindred's location, direction of movement, and speed at that movement. The storyteller answers truthfully. The Vene cannot locate a kindred who is in the air at that moment. So that is something which you can definitely suspect might be used aplenty both by people in the chronicles and by the NPCs of these chronicles, potentially by the antagonists of your chronicles who will know where you are. So Revelations of the Earth, a really creepy power that I'm very much looking forward to seeing in use. And yeah, check out the other ones. I'm not going to dwell super deep into it because it's available for you to read on the web already. So you can go to Blood Sigils page and check it out right there. And yeah, Blood Sigils is going to be out on October 6th for the pre-ordering people. And yeah, check it out on the Renegade web. This is also the date for the RenegadeCon. So RenegadeCon is going to be one of our many celebrations we're going to have during Month of Darkness. And there's going to be some fun stuff happening there. So let me jump right to it. So RenegadeCon Month of Darkness Edition is happening on October 6th and October 7th. So that is Friday and Saturday. And it actually contains 3 different streams, which may be super interesting for those of you who want to hear some more stuff about World of Darkness and just like to hang out on the stream with us. One that I highlighted in here is the Storyteller Roundtable with some awesome, amazing storytellers that are joining Jason Carl together to talk about storytelling World of Darkness. So we have Tracy Magtech, we have Mike Martin, and of course we have Prince, who is super, like I actually was able to play with Prince in one of the one-shots that we've done back in the days on this channel. You can find it on World of Darkness YouTube. So super awesome storytellers joining together in order to talk about storytelling on the stream. But that's not all. There's also going to be a Rivals special. So for those of you who like Vampire the Masquerade Rivals card game, there's going to be a stream for that. And yours truly is going to join for a very, very special Blood-Stained Love, Coterie of Love stream, in which we're going to talk about romancing vampires, which might be one of my favorite topics on the planet. So if you want to hear something about vampire love, I promise, safe for I mean, I'm not sure if this is going to be safe for work, actually. We might curse a bit. It's very late in Europe at that time. But hey, I'm going to stay awake up until 2 a.m. to do this stream, all right? So do please forgive me if I am thirsty on main when we do that. But it's going to be, of course, focused on all of the different kinds people explore the topic of love in Vampire the Masquerade as a little introduction to our upcoming book, Blood-Stained Love, which is going to focus on romancing vampires in Vampire the Masquerade, romancing characters, and not only like you romancing other characters, but for example, you exploring chronicles in which other characters have some love affairs and some issues. Or when love goes wrong, what happens then? And of course, tons of content about considerate play, about how to make sure that everyone is comfortable at the table, and not only at the table, but also people watching you, people hearing you, and exploring the roleplay with you. If you're streaming it or if you're doing it on Discord, it's all very important. And this book goes deep into making sure that you can explore whatever sexy and dark themes you want in your roleplay, but make sure to do it considerably with other players and with people who witness your roleplay if you do it publicly, in order to make sure that everyone has fun. So that is the most important part of that book. We'll be very happy to talk about it. I'm sure it's going to be a big topic at the table. So yeah, Storyteller Roundtable, Coterie of Love, and Rival streams happening during Month of Darkness edition of RenegadeCon Virtual. It's all on streams, so it's going to be all on YouTube. You don't have to go anywhere in order to see us. You can just sit down in front of your PC. It's going to be a little bit unfriendly for European hours, because it's going to be in the middle of the night for those of you who are watching us from Europe. 5 p.m. Pacific or 4 p.m. Pacific for the Coterie of Love. Rival stream happens a little bit early, but don't worry, it's all going to be archived, so you can watch it on demand on Sunday if you have some time. So yeah. October 6th and 7th, RenegadeCon, we're going to, of course, promote that further during Month of Darkness so you don't miss it. And on the same day, after this stream, Blood Sigils PDF releases for everyone. So you can wait for the stream and then get the PDF for yourself and enjoy it on the next day. All right, let's go further. I have been talking a lot about Vampire the Masquerade on the stream, and do not worry, that's not going to be our only celebration during October. World of Darkness is bigger than just vampire. We love vampires, but we also love werewolves and hunters and other creatures. So Werewolf the Apocalypse is actually going to semi-open Month of Darkness on October 2nd. So the second day of the calendar, we will release The Deepest of Wounds, which is a free story that is going to be available for everyone through Renegade store. So thank you, Renegade, for preparing this for us. It's a part of their reveals that they're doing for the month of Werewolf. So there's been some free content releasing on Renegade store page. So if you go to Renegade, you can write Werewolf free content and download some stuff that will help you out with your chronicles. The very first one is actually a really nice character creation rundown for Werewolf of the Apocalypse that allows you to just very quickly and streamlinely go for the character creation and make your own werewolf. So if you want to do that, you can head down in there, download it, it's free. And this one is going to be free as well on October 2nd, the starting chronicle for anyone who wants to begin with Werewolf the Apocalypse. But it's not all when it comes to free chronicles. I'm going to actually talk more about way more free content here on the stream. So here it is. This is actually pretty impressive to see all of them on one page. But for those of you who haven't followed PlayRenegade program, I would love to introduce you to all of these free chronicles available through it. So what is PlayRenegade? Renegade, which is our publisher who publishes World of Darkness books for distribution, has created this program for everyone who storytells chronicles in public. So it's either if you, for example, want to run a chronicle in your local game store, or maybe you're doing it on Twitch or on a podcast or on a public Discord server, which is easily available. All of this virtual or real life examples of running chronicles are enough in order to basically sign up to the program. And in the program, you will be having access to a free assortment of the brand new chronicles, which are ready to use. They have characters ready, they have stories ready, and they are ready for Hunter, Vampire, and Werewolf. All of these are also later coming on sale. So first, they're available for free for the storytellers who sign up for the program, and then they roll for a very cheap sale. So the one below in the screenshot, The Last Dance at Reynolds and His Last Streak, are already available on Renegade Store for, I believe, $9. It's like $8.99. And all the other ones are not yet available, so only for people who sign up for the PlayRenegade program, you can actually get them right now, and they are going to be available for sale later on. So yeah, you can check them out. I think it's a really cool way to introduce people to the systems, and if you want to run a convention game, if you want to just do some kind of a cool event in your city, in your town, that's a really nice way to do so. But of course, you can also do it at home at your own table by just getting the chronicles out for $9. So yeah, the bottom ones available right now, the above ones are available in the PlayRenegade program. To access it, just go to Renegade Store, and there's going to be Community and PlayRenegade in the tab. So yeah, just in the Community tab, you'll find it. We also link it down below. If you're watching us on YouTube right now, it's going to be linked. And yeah, enjoy these. So let me know what you think about them and which one you've run. If you have any pictures of you running these campaigns or any Twitch link, Twitch stream, just ping us on Discord, because we would love to see them in practice, how they work out, you know. And speaking of virtual role-playing, Werewolf the Apocalypse is now funded for Fantasy Grounds. So if you are using Fantasy Grounds virtual tabletop tools and you want to play Werewolf the Apocalypse on it, well, your chance is granted currently, because I believe the Kickstarter goal has been exceeded twice now. The original goal, I believe, was at 5K, and they're reaching slowly 10K right now. And at 15K, Hunter the Reckoning is also going to unlock. This is a pretty cool way to pre-order your own VTT setup. So if you're using Fantasy Grounds, which is very robust, I feel like from all of the virtual tabletop tools I've personally used to roleplay, Fantasy Grounds has been the most tool heavy. So there's a lot of things in it that can really enhance the depth of your game. If you want to run this very deep game with a lot of annotations, a lot of mechanical improvements that allow you to store everything properly in tables and have everything there on the screen for yourself. I personally like a very organized storytelling. I like having everything settled, because else my mind just runs free. Fantasy Grounds is the one for you. So yeah, Werewolf of the Apocalypse, now fully funded, but still ongoing. The campaign, I believe, is going to last for 20 more days. So you can go to KickStarter, check out Werewolf of the Apocalypse, and add your pledge. And we are going to have Hunter the Reckoning unlocking at 15K. So if you want to get that as well, then I recommend to to go and make your pledge. Thank you so much, Fantasy Grounds, for doing this. It's been really awesome to see this campaign blowing up, and for so many people who want to play Werewolf. And yeah, enjoy this one. Let's go further. Coming back from Werewolf to Vampire the Masquerade, I'm very happy to say that one of my favorite comic series, Winter's Thief, but also Crimson Fall, is finally getting a complete series edition that is available right now for pre-order from Vault Comics. And this is the one book that you need to have in order to have all comics in one. So far, the collected issues, because of course there were like singular issues of Winter's Thief released, and then there were two, like Tom 1 and Tom 2. So you could actually get it in 2 books, basically. But right now, it's one single complete series, plus Crimson Fall is also inside, which was not collected in this just yet. So we never actually had a collection released which had Crimson Fall. And Crimson Fall is special because it's a short comic event, basically a 3 issues event, which contains both Vampire the Masquerade and Werewolf the Apocalypse fragments, basically, so it combines both settings together. And even more, it was developed and written at the same time when Werewolf the Apocalypse 5th edition was developed. So it actually contains RPG materials from Werewolf the Apocalypse 5th edition that were basically the first confirmed ones tied to the 5th edition. So that was really fun to see that happening. And yeah, Winter's Thief is a story that tells kind of like 2 stories in one. So you have a Camarilla story about an agent of a vampire government, to simply speak about it. And of course the Anarchs, so the ones who are unaligned with the current status quo of the current faction. So all these 2 stories basically go together. And Crimson Fall adds werewolves to the mix, which is pretty explosive in the end. I recommend to check it out. It's beautiful. It's so well drawn. It's very nicely written. It's good for introduction to Vampire the Masquerade as well. And if you just write Vampire the Masquerade Winter's Thief in Google Images, you can actually preview some of the pages. We have a preview of the first issue available for free on our website. So worldofdarkness.com, go to account section. You can download it for free along with a lot of other freebies. And it's just really gorgeous. I would love to have pictures from Winter's Thief on my wall because they're so well drawn. Anyway, yeah, pre-order open right now for the collected complete series of Vampire the Masquerade comics from Vault. Thank you, Vault, for doing this. This is awesome. And I cannot wait to have it on my shelf. And last but not least, before we go to Vamily Spotlight, Month of Darkness is coming in October, as usual. 31 days full of news, reveals, updates, freebies, and more. We've done this 2 years in a row. You can Google it. You can Google what we've done. It was really fun. We had 31 days full of things happening, no matter if it's the weekend or if it's the weekday. Every single day, the little calendar doors were opening like in the Advent calendar, and a little chocolate was popping up, and the chocolate might have been something to download or some news or some updates about World of Darkness. So we're doing the same this year. It's been a pleasure to not only have it done for the community and for the fans, but also for the various partners we work with, because people already know that Month of Darkness is a thing, and we get so many little pokes. Hi, we have something that we want to show in October for Month of Darkness. So I hope that you will enjoy this one. There's a lot of things going on next month, and I will make sure to be here every week to give you the full updates of everything going on. And of course, the website is going to be updated to have all of these collected in written form, so you don't have to listen to me. You can also go and read it online. It's going to be fun and a lot of work. So cross your fingers for us to launch successfully and alive, or undead, and we're going to share a lot of fun stuff on that in that time. But anyway, I will be joined by Hadi, who has been not present for a while because of a very, very angry bug that has been. It's probably beckoning, basically. I feel like it's beckoning. It's at the back. But Hadi is back, and I've missed her so much. Let's see if Hadi is waiting for me. Hello, hello. Nice to hear you. How is how are you feeling? Okay, awesome. I'm so happy. Oh wait, you were actually muted. Now you're not. So how do you say again now? How are you doing?
I'm good. The antibiotics are finally doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Perfect. I'm so happy. And you sound very good, and you look very good as usual. It's
Thanks.
a norm though. Like I'm not saying anything new in here.
You can be
Anyway,
mean. That's okay. I can dish out whatever. I can take whatever you dish out.
anyway, I do have a beautiful board in front of me right now.
Yeah, this is a lot of your work too because I'm not operating at full capacity, obviously.
I was just, this morning, I was like, you know what? I've seen a lot of cool stuff. Let me just pop it in. But let's start from the top left from VTM memes.
Yeah, so VTM Memes is an account I discovered fairly recently, and they're really, really funny on Instagram. Definitely recommend them. And all of their memes are just top notch, like this one with obviously someone smoking, the Anarchs, someone offering them a cigarette, having older vampires in power positions, and they are already smoking. Having older vampires in power positions, and I love that. And it's one of those really funny things about Anarchs and Camarilla that is pretty true. But like you can't tell them that.
Isn't this like every single anarch domain on the planet
Yeah.
that we
Mhm.
know of? Of course, there might be some that you've developed, folks. That is not
Yeah.
like this, but unfortunately, it's usually like
Yeah.
that. And
Like if you want to take LA and like if you want to do like the show LA and New York, but for example, that's pretty much how it is.
exactly. And look at these beautiful people from T.less.
Yeah, I don't know who that is on the left, obviously,
No
but the
idea.
person on the right is T. Dotless, looking a little Malkavian, as they say, and they were very excited to meet the beloved Vamily patriarch, which is how I'm going to refer to Jason from now on.
The beloved family patriarch. That I like this. It's like I mean, I would probably use Godfather or whatever name was used in the Sopranos family. I'm not sure. but,
Gone.
but this is from PAX. It's our beautiful booth, and we've spent a wonderful week there. And look at this very interesting tattoo on Jason's hand. I wonder what it
I wonder what's
means.
also on OP's hand as well, so you can see it down here
Yes.
and below a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. Ooh, I see it. I see it popping. So now you have to guess. I'm going to give you a little riddle. What was the weirdest place, one, that we tattooed this on? Like what was the weirdest body part? Second, the proposal that we received to tattoo this on. But we haven't done that.
Okay, I'm gonna guess lower back.
No, actually, no.
No, okay, you have to tell me what the weirdest place was.
So weirdest place, because we tattooed the face, of course, and like the neck and everything. So people were asking, okay, have you done this? Have you done the belly? Have you done that? And one person actually tattooed it like across their fingers, so they could
Oh,
spread their fingers and do like woo.
that's very cool.
That's probably the weirdest. And of course, the one that we haven't done, like that's kind of like easy to get.
Where you haven't done it?
Yeah, but we were like there was like someone proposed it that they can do it, but we didn't.
I don't know, somewhere that's inappropriate to mention on a live stream.
I think we can say butt on the live stream, but yes, it was someone's butt.
On the backside?
I was like, no, sorry, I'm not going to touch your butt.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen. But I did about few hundred tattoos myself, and there was like multiple people tattooing. I think like in total, we've done above 3,000 tattoos.
That's a lot. Wow.
Yeah, I know. It was great. But anyway, that was fun.
One thing I do encourage everyone in the chat to go check out all the pics from PAX that involve Jason because he's always mugging at the camera, and it's my favorite thing about him now. It's my new favorite thing about him.
I love it. It's the best. It's the best expression.
Yeah.
And now we go to Dim Dream Luga.
Yep. So we have a Salubri Anarch that says "Just fuck it" on their leather jacket. I guess not a jacket; it's a vest with a Molotov, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Love it. I love this design of Anarch symbol incorporated into Salubri. This is like a proper tattoo idea. I would actually tattoo that. So probably.
I'm waiting for the day that you get your BTM tattoo.
This might be the one actually from all of the symbols I've seen. This might be the one that convinces me. It's really cool.
Look, you say that. You say a lot that you're gonna do stuff. I'm waiting.
I know.
I'm waiting.
It's been it's a struggle. I'll do it one day, okay? One day. And now we have La Sombra Vogue from Freakcore. I have seen this today. It's so good.
Yes. So Freecore made a few other covers before featuring other clans like Ventru, but this is their La Sombra clan, and of course, my favorite clan.
Yeah.
Ambitious and cynical, let them believe. Yeah, love that. Black is the new pink,
Yes.
which is correct. How to get rid of your child, which I particularly like. Clan agenda, get ahead of the Ventru. Yeah. I mean, you don't need to make it so obvious. That's what they want to do.
Of course you do. Like, that's literally what you want to do, and you should tell that to everyone's faces.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, I'm already losing my voice.
Oh no, it's okay. I'll be the one leading the charge. So discover your city and own it completely. Oblivion inside the world of darkness. I love this photo. I love the cover. I love the little chromatic aberration in there, which is great. Not only it's a chromatic aberration, I have to say it's a bisexual chromatic aberration. It's usually green and pink.
It's a very important distinction.
Very important. We have red and blue, which is a very good art choice. I approve of that. So it's beautiful, and I would read this. I would actually maybe even agree to become La Sombra if I read that, which would be probably a very bad idea.
Okay, noted. Get in touch with Freecore, I guess.
So now we have Mama Tiazi with, oh my god, I love this art style. Toreador.
The caption on this was mixed feelings with this art, but that's what it is until I think of something better. I don't know how you could have mixed feelings about this because it's beautiful.
Are you kidding me, person?
Are you kidding me, Mama?
I'll never be satisfied. Super cool tattoo. Very Toreador, extremely Toreador, and also the whole look, the colors, the splash of the paint is just love it. Tattoos, the outfit. I mean, I'm not saying. But I'm saying I would wear that in a certain video game, in more than one video game, probably.
Yeah,
that would be my outfit of choice. It's so good.
Just make a universal skin across video games.
That should be a thing, yes. Although some people who did NFTs had that idea, so I cannot approve.
Really?
No, go
I rely on you to tell me those things because I obviously don't pay attention to that at all.
Yeah, but no, like if I could, I would. And this, oh my goodness, one of my favorite couples, even though I know nothing about them, but I've seen so many art of them and they're so beautiful.
Yes.
From Neon Jess.
Feeding, Charon and Mikhail. My La Sombra couldn't be more hooked by someone's blood. I was dying to show you this one because I was experimenting with a different style. Tell me, what do you think about it? Do you like it? Neon Jess's art is always on point. It's always incredible. It's always unique, and it's always very sensual. And this is no exception, obviously.
I mean, I just love the style with all my heart. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. The subtle differences of their skin tone that kind of suggest me maybe some humanity loss going on Acheron side. I think the one behind is Acheron. I'm not sure, but I've been seeing these two drawn in a lot of artworks already, and they're just always like, I always have to stop and watch. Because I know nothing about these characters, but I want to know everything about them because...
Oh, if you want to know more about these characters, I recommend checking out Neon Jess's Linktree on their Instagram and going and seeing the comic that they make about these characters.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm doing it right after this one. Okay, Neon Jess, Instagram. Everyone, if you want to know more about these beautiful, beautiful things, go to Neon Jess Instagram and check it out. I will. And from Thea, a sneak peek of a piece of artwork I commissioned from artist Miroslava Hrebanerova. I think so. Miroslava Hrebanerova.
I let that to you. I'm not even entirely sure what language that last name is in.
I think it's Czech or Slovak. Sounds like either. I'm not really sure, but sounds Czech. For a future book project, she did an amazing job. I'm actually wondering if this person is the same. I'm not going to say the nickname because maybe that was on purpose. They didn't. But I think it's one of the artists we actually featured here plenty.
It could be. I'm not sure. I believe the character is supposed to be Norwegian based on the way that they're, and Thea being from Norway and the way that they're dressed in the.
Yeah, I think it's inspired by traditional Norwegian outfit. Like, it's really pretty. Beautiful.
I really want to see more vampire characters in like Scandinavian countries because we had the Walk Among Us a story, right? And
Yeah.
and it's a really interesting. They face different challenges, right?
Yes.
And I really want to see more.
Yeah, that'd be really nice. And I love the hair and the soft brush strokes in here. It's so beautifully painted. And people in the chat are asking, I think this name, I'm not really sure though. It does remind me. But anyway,
I have four languages. After that, I don't know anything.
it's way like not too much, but it's a lot already, basically. So you shouldn't be ashamed. I only know two kind of okay, but not very well. And then I know Swedish very badly and some other languages very badly. So that's me. Hey, Mysteria Arts. I'm still working on commissions super slowly, I'm sorry. But in the meantime, have another thing I did for self-soothing, as life is incredibly stressful right now. Joanna is my comfort character, and I love her and Nikolai dearly. Aww.
I thought this one I sort of grabbed. One, it says BG3 brain rot era, which I thought would make you laugh.
Yes.
And two, I thought you would enjoy this because I know you just that sometimes when you're stressed out, you draw.
Yeah.
Which,
yeah.
as someone who can't draw a stick figure, can't relate to. But I thought maybe you could.
Yeah, no, I totally relate to that. It's just, like there's no more like better things to stress out and I mean get some anxiety out of yourself than just like getting drowned in creative processes for a bit. And I feel like it's universal, not only to people who draw, but also those who knit or who write or who just come up with some new ideas, or who like to, I don't know, take screenshots from video games. Like
make memes.
Make memes, exactly. Like make videos. Like it's always good to just drown in the process like this, and it's beautiful. I love it. I have to say, I have a little subjective draw to it because it does remind me of a character I play. Actually, like one of my characters looks a bit like this,
like
Nikolai. So yeah.
Character is it which character?
My Salubri.
Oh, okay.
Like black curly hair,
Mhm.
and his girlfriend is actually kind of similar to Joanna. It's really beautiful. I love this picture. It's very nicely drawn. I love the moon. Love the little petals that are shining in the background, and it's just gorgeous. But before we go too emotional, let's go to Prince Dorkface.
Prince Dorkface. This is on the VTM subreddit, which I always recommend every time we do Vamily Spotlight. And they shared their results from playing that they were playing a session, and they rolled 4 ones in their session, and they responded with "I'm fucking dead," which is hilarious. It's I mean, it's always funny when that happens up until the storyteller says something.
And also, the best thing that happens is when you know that your character would fail a roll because they, for example, they don't care enough about something and they fail that roll. Like this happened to me just yesterday. I was role playing my Toreador, who got reunited with a character that they've been super into years like before. We haven't role played for a longest time, and basically that character was went through Profane Heroes Gaimos, so they look different right now. And the voice is the same. So there are some things that are the same, like the voice, the eyes, the gestures. And I rolled for I believe it was wits plus insight in order to find out whether that was the same person, and I had no success, even though I had like a six dice bowl, because he wouldn't care. He would just look at the waves and try to look sexy, like not care at all. So every time there's like I wouldn't care about, like the character wouldn't care about this. Suddenly you get all those failures. It's so funny. Did you ever roll like that yourself?
Unfortunately, me, no. But have I had many players who have? Yes. And it's always, I have my Salubri player. I made a joke where I caught it on stream, so to speak, where I said if he didn't roll well in this one thing I want him to roll, I said I was kick him out of the Chronicle, which was a joke, because we've done 3 seasons and he's never rolled well, not once. I don't think he's ever passed a rouse check in 3 seasons.
That's amazing. I love this. It's just some characters like that. And this account, I actually just discovered it today. It's just like surprised me out of nowhere, because I don't know if we featured them before. But apparently there is a night scene in Melbourne, and Midnight in Melbourne is an account that has a lot of LARPing pictures from that city. This is actually from the event that happened on Monday, 14th of August, and the Kindred of Melbourne met to discuss their future. Look at him! It looks so hot!
That mannequin lamp is the coolest thing I think I've ever seen.
I want it in my room. I think it's a little bit too
I
much
want
for
it in my room too.
but I want it. Yes. Yes. I just want, yeah, I want this to be my room actually. Although my room is very cottagecore, but I would probably switch to that.
I don't think I'd want a red light in my room, but maybe. I don't know. Maybe I would. I've heard it's good. It's like red light can be good for you in small doses.
I used to have like a red sleds. It's pretty cool. It gives some vibe, you know. That's nice. And let's go to the row number 2, starting with Becky. Oh my god.
Fuchs.
Okay,
It's a German for fox.
Okay, let me open this. Wait.
I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know what you kids are up to, but I do know one thing. Laws are threats made by the dominant socioeconomic ethnic group in a given nation. It's just a promise of violence that's enacted, and police are basically an occupying army. You know what I mean? You guys want to make some bacon?
Yes, I absolutely want to make some bacon. This is so good.
A new ministry anarch joining the Exeter by Night LARP. I thought you would enjoy that.
I am too much because so many of you are not enough. This shirt slaps hard. I love this. So this is a new minister character joining Exeter right now?
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Yep, and there are some Exeter players in the chat, as you can see.
Exeter
excited
people.
Excited to see Renee's video.
We like you. Exeter by Night.
We love you.
For those of you who don't know what Exeter is, it's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, Vampire the Masquerade online LARP that is done on TikTok and Discord. So they are basically strategizing of what they're gonna do on Discord, and then they put content out on TikTok. So you can go and check out #Exeter by Night on TikTok in order to check out all of the shenanigans. It's really fun, very immersive, and after you follow some of these peeps, you just, you know, in your feed you get this like a updates of the story every now and then, which is really fun. So I've been following that for a while. I feel like whenever I will go to any Vampire the Masquerade event, I will just like recognize people from Exeter because how often they show up on my feed. It's so fun.
Yep.
All right, and now Woodland Evie. Evie.
Callista Vile was a Ventrue logistics expert in Journey Punk's Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle Vamp Camp, which is a great name. Yeah. I had such a great time playing her. The entire season is up on YouTube for people who want to check it out. And this is a beautifully I don't know anything about photography, but this is a beautifully taken picture. It's so good.
Such a good portrait. I love it. It just like the emotion, the feeling, I am better than you because I'm a coolest vampire.
I think it helps that it's taken from below, and then they're looking down.
Yes. So of course that's Ventrue. Of course, I was like,
of course, yeah.
Ventrue. Also love the shirt. It's really cool. Like the sweater is like.
It is a cool shirt. I didn't even notice it. Yeah.
It's really fancy. Love it. Also, like I have to say, Woodland Evie, if that's you on this picture, these glasses fit you super well. This is like some top tier glasses match. It looks so good.
And also the matte black lipstick with the shimmer.
Oh yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And the colors in general, the blue, the cold palette, just beautiful, gorgeous. And we've done a lot of Vampire the Masquerade content, but we actually have some wolves too. Starting with Fabio Ciccone, who shared sketches of Victor Giustiniano, Ghost Council, Verge.
I say Verge.
Verge, yes. Look at this. Isn't that cool?
Very cool. I like the profile. And also I stan anyone who wears one of those trucker hats or fabric hats, whatever they are.
I feel like if you have a mustache, you have to pair it with
the handlebar mustache is pretty good too.
It's a law. We have one person that works with us in Paradox who has a mustache, and since he got the mustache, he started wearing this hat, and I think it's such a valid fashion choice. Like you have
seriously, I love that.
It's so good. And speaking of drawing werewolves, we're going to have one more later on, which also pairs a wolf with the human. It's a little bit contrasted to this one, so it will be fun to see. But there's one I've actually skipped. I don't think we featured this before. It's from early August, and I really wanted to put it there because it's from KP, who is an amazing photographer and also storyteller and a player. Who published this one on his Twitter. There's a lot of amazing photography, very often vampire or werewolf inspired on his profile. And this one is from werewolf photo shoot that he did. Look at it. Look at it. Isn't this amazing?
Yeah, it's really cool. And now we have to guess the auspice.
Oh, the auspice. Oh my god, Arun.
Think so?
I think so. Like, look at the anger. Like, you can see.
It makes sense since it's got a full moon out.
Yeah, there's full moon. Yeah, I feel Arun vibes from this one. Although it could be also Turge. I don't know why, but the coat with the moon phases in the back give me like some Turge vibes. Various moon phases. I don't know.
I'm gonna stick with Arun. That was my thought too.
Yeah. Beautiful picture, and KP does like super aesthetic stuff. So if you want to check it out,
KP does great role playing, great photography, great stuff.
Yes, absolutely.
Highly recommended.
And also congratulations to KP for a baby, because KP is a father now. And
oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yes, we have a new little familiar.
Familiar.
Yes.
That's great.
And Dennett M actually made, as I said, very contrasty. So here we had the previous concept of a werewolf, and here we have a beautiful chunky werewolf that I absolutely love. So Werewolf the Apocalypse is finally out, and I've managed to convince my family to give it a go. Let's see how the kindred adapt to being Guru instead. As I'll be holding the storyteller duties, here's the pack's face instead. Check it out.
It's amazing.
It's so pretty. I love it.
It's amazing.
And we have Silver Fang. Galliard, am I right? No? Yes?
No? Maybe.
No? Oh my goodness, I am not great at telling also glyphs yet.
The glyphs, no, I haven't memorized the glyphs.
This glyph is for sure Silver Fangs. This one is Frank Galliard, but I might be wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'm so sorry.
No, you are correct about Galliard.
Okay, good. Yay, I remembered. So happy. So, by the way, I know that we get a lot of asks to share the glyphs. It's going to happen. Just letting you know, it's going to happen. We're prepping stuff for Month of Darkness, and one of the days definitely is going to be a little gift for you that will include, among other things, the glyphs from Werewolf. So all of them will be shared. All right. And now,
can I say this on stream? I appreciate that he caked up his Krynos form Garu. Am I allowed to say that on stream?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, yes you are. But speaking of, are we allowed this on stream? Let's go to Ali for art's sake.
You asked me, and I'm like, I don't know why you're asking me.
Like, I don't know. I feel like it's fine. It's very like, we don't know what's happening there. It might as well be just that other person is holding this werewolf or vampire in order to help them stand on a counter in order to reach.
I'm not helping you. I'm not helping.
Anyway, I just thought that we should have more vampire and werewolf crossovers on the stream. Because we do have vampires, we have werewolves, and this is a crossover. Because he lied again. A juice box was exactly what she asked not to be. Burn and bleed, where the coppery tang of flesh vitae carried with it the hints of the wild and rage. Seasoned by time and lust, they were both damned by it. But death could never kill this kind of want. Also, the art that they have titled The Date. Still a work in progress. Well, what you think?
Love it. I love that idea, and I know I think that's kind of a little bit more controversial that I love it so much. But as soon as W5, I think, was released, the PDF early access, I introduced a werewolf vampire relationship in one of my games. I did it immediately. I couldn't wait. I had it already planned. I was just waiting.
Like, I don't know why that's controversial. It's like it asks for it.
I think so, but not everyone does.
I am definitely, someone who loves exploring the topic of love and FS and romance and sex in roleplay in, timid form, not very like thirsty form myself. Like I
I'm
do
gonna
Fate Blacks, but what?
I'm gonna get weird for a second. No, I'm not really getting weird. So one of the interesting things about a werewolf that differs from vampire is, or actually, no, it doesn't differ. I'm sorry, I'm sick. Is that both of these people could have been in a relationship, and one of them could have been embraced, and one of them could have gone through their first change.
Yes.
And what does that mean? Do they no longer like each other?
That's beautiful, and that's like the drama, because like the thing is, what I really love the most about World of Darkness roleplay, and this is like my style of roleplaying, not for everyone, of course. Like I'm not trying to say that this is something that like everyone should play this way. But what I love the most is the drama. Like I love when things don't go well. I love when something collapses and you have to deal with the consequences of your actions or someone else's actions. And there's like this very like sort of cathartic roleplay to it, which makes you sad, makes you angry, makes you feel all the things, and then you go out from the table and you feel like you are revitalized, right? This is like my style of roleplaying. I love doing that. I love feeling, and basically embracing that emotional side of it, which is really great.
Feeling all the strong, complicated feelings in a safe environment.
Exactly.
Does not
This is
affect your real life.
Yes, because this is amazing that role playing, you can safely explore these emotions when you have a good troop to play with and when you have a good coterie to do this with. So I think for me that's beautiful, and it's really cathartic and healing almost. So that's why I love the topic of relationship I roleplay, because it's one of the easiest way to explore these topics, but also it can be the topic of sire and child relationship. It doesn't have to necessarily be love oriented or like normal human relationship oriented. It can be just difficult supernatural ties, right? And I feel like werewolf and vampire makes a perfect difficult supernatural ties. Same with hunter and werewolf, or hunter and a vampire. And I want to see more of that, like definitely.
Yeah, and as you already said, no one is saying that you have to play it that way.
Yeah.
Your table is your table, and as long as everyone's safe and having a good time, you're playing it exactly correct.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of people, myself and obviously you included, that like to explore those deep, complicated feelings. We look forward to it, and I haven't run a game yet that doesn't involve romance between the characters at some point. So
exactly, and that's also why I am so looking forward to Bloodstained Love. I was able to see some glimpses of it, and one thing that I really love about this book is that it doesn't put it all through the same lens of everyone wants to play romance or sex in their games, because that's not true. What it does is basically, if you're comfortable with that, here are the tools to do that. If you are not comfortable with that, what about some NPCs in your game have some issues in between them, and there's like some deep story to it, and this is how you can explore it from a safe spectator's perspective that doesn't get involved in it firsthand. So there's like two sides of exploring this sort of a conflict, which I think is just great in literature, media, like movies, everywhere. So why not in TTRPGs? I love that.
yeah, I think a lot of it boils down to talk to your players, expectations, talk to what they want out of a game. And sometimes those, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but talk to your players. Session zeros, very important.
Yes, exactly. Session zeros. We love session zeros here. And now I want to introduce you to two things on Storyteller's Vault, which I found and I would like to rep because they seem awesome. And the first one is a one-shot for beginners called Lunarius. It's done by Alice Haas, who used to work for By Night Studios, and Alice is pretty known in the community. Really cool TikToker, does a lot of stuff on social media, so you can check them out around. And this one is with the description: with only the moonlight to guide you. Lunarius is a beginner-friendly Vampire the Masquerade one-shot designed for players familiar with the plot beats of 5th edition game, but desire an introduction to the tone and themes within World of Darkness. In this story, the prince of your city has been missing for almost a month, and the kindred are beginning to sense a power vacuum. Seneschal summons you all to his penthouse to discuss helping to find the prince before the next gathering in 2 nights' time. Will the coterie be able to navigate trapped havens, political maneuvering, and fang-snapping combat all in one night? Or will they too become victims of Camarilla bloodlust? it sound fun?
Yes, and I'm so happy that Elise has finally been able to release this. They've worked really hard and a long time on it, so I was excited to see when they
Yeah.
announced they put it up on Storyteller's Vault.
Yeah, and I've been able to read some of the previous works from Ellis, and they always like were really good and really fun. So I have good hopes for this one. I haven't read it yet, but I will definitely want to check it out because it sounds like, you know, an action-packed short chronicle for starting players that may be inspired partially by Bloodlines, maybe partially inspired by you know, those more like event-heavy chronicles like LA by Night, for example. So I'm very much interested in how this pans out. And the second thing which I want to introduce is the Oracle deck, and that is something that I'm so tempted to use. So this is basically a deck that can be useful for you if you want to try solo play in a very interesting way. So what you'll find there is various entries to answer open-ended questions. Draw 2 cards, combine the words, use the first idea that comes to mind. Entries for drawing reactions, dialogues, plot twists, and conversation style. Class disciplines, attributes, hunger, and random resonances to create various types of NPCs. We have the Hexflower drawing system created by Goblin's Henchman. Hexflower is a tool designed to create coherence in random draws without becoming predictable. And what you want, find this in this deck in particular, is a manual, which is only available in the original Portuguese version. But cards are pretty much self-explanatory, and you can check them out below. Like, you don't need to have a manual in order to use them. And specific rules for solo play, which you can get from Storyteller's Vault, like Tourniquet or Autarky Storyteller, which are pretty cool. And random victims or locations. And other ones, basically, in order to basically just if you want to dwell deeper into solo play, get the other Storyteller's Vault supplements in order to do so, or you can check out other systems which are specifically meant for it and adapt the rules. But these cards themselves are just really fun to like check them out open and maybe build your own stories out of them, either in form of solo play, fan fiction. Maybe you want to write a story about your characters. Maybe you want to come up with some events for your novel that you're writing for the Storyteller's Vault. I just saw these cards and I was like, hey, this is really cool. I want to explore this more, and I want to do something out of that.
That is a super interesting tool to use at your table. I'm extremely intrigued.
Right?
Sorry I was so quiet. I was reading like really intensely all of the bottom ones here.
Yeah, I was like, it's very hard for me to quickly sum up what it is, but you can check out the whole description and to read them closer. When I saw it at first, I was like, I want to print them and I want to do something out of them. Like, I want to mix and match and have some fun, because this really seems to be.
It's incredibly cool.
Yeah.
Incredibly unique, incredibly cool.
Yeah, and also I haven't been playing solo that much. I've been doing like fan fictions or you know, writing stuff on my own, but I don't really do like role play with myself, sort of a thing, outside of maybe playing chapters. So I'm tempted to try.
Well, I think the only solo role playing I've ever done is 1,000 Years of Vampire, but this sounds really cool.
Yeah. So
It's interesting.
Definitely check it out if you want to. There's a lot of different solo roleplay supplements on STV, but also outside of STV if you just want to adapt some existing TTRPG for that. Mix and match. And now for LA by Night, Seattle by Night, and New York by Night, I'll let you check out the first one.
Well, this one I want, this one. So potentially an art blog has been doing a lot of these sketches of different scenes of LA by Night. And this one is kind of only funny in context, but I know the context, so I think it's funny. This is Greg, obviously. Are you like walking there? Are we meeting you there tomorrow? And they sort of give the context in the tags. Jasper was for real just going to carry a giant mirror and walk 10 miles. And that is true. Jasper goes and picks up a magic mirror, so to speak, and was just going to walk all the way back to his labyrinth with the mirror instead. Even though Greg is there with a car, because Jasper is just like, you know, like, no, you know, I'm rough and tough and not ready to be loved or ask for help.
I love this. It's beautiful. Also, I just love Greg being like.
No, that's from the actual. That's a line from the show. So yeah, he's great.
It's beautiful. And now we have LA by Night gender bent cosplay of Carver, working on the leather jacket described in season 4. Oh my goodness, look at that. Wow.
Yeah, so that's so in season 4, Chris Carver always had the leather jacket, but when he makes his first appearance in season 4, everyone notices that he has Annabelle's name on his leather jacket now to
So
annoy
cute.
her.
That's so cute and annoying and cute. I love them in a weird way. I know I shouldn't, but
No, it's totally Carver's. I'm colorblind.
yes,
Carver's red
exactly.
flags, obviously.
We don't see the red flags. No, what? And now this is coming from Penny Arcade after Seattle by Night. I like the way you play Jamison in your vampire game. It's a really interesting character. Jamison Keen isn't the character exactly. Jamison Keen is who I would be all the time if I thought I could get away with it. Wait, so who you normally are is like your attempt to fit in. I think it's called masking. Yeah, but your mask is the kind of a mask you'd wear to rob a bank.
Excellent. It's really good. Really funny.
It's really fun. And I do recommend to check out Seattle by Night roleplay, already available on Penny Arcade, YouTube, the one that was done from PAX. And we will be also getting the OG, the shorter one that we've done for the announcement of Bloodlines 2 trailer that is going to be actually on our channel later. So I'll upload it and let people know. And now, oh my goodness, mostly skin art. That's
No, I meant to tell this to Jason, but I've been sick and my brain's not working. There is a considerable amount of the fandom now that ships Coco and Kalita.
yes.
This sort of frenemies to lovers thing going on, and it's really blowing up over on Tumblr, and I'm enjoying it personally.
I am enjoying it a lot. And this art especially, like, look at it.
And this is probably the most overt art I've seen of it so far. I mean, at first there was a Kalita and Fuego thing going on, but definitely Coco and Kalita have sort of risen up in the ranks a little bit. And I want this scene. This reminds me very much of In Shadows of New York.
Yeah.
And it's pretty good. Don't you like it? I love it.
I'm enjoying all the details, and I'm just like speechless seeing all of the jewelry, their nails.
Coco looking up at Kalita, I can't.
I'm
sorry. When I saw it, I was like,
it's so beautiful. Look at the outfit. It's everything. It's gorgeous, beautiful. I ship them too now after seeing all the fan art.
Again, going back to the point of not seeing red flags, enemies to lovers, one of my favorite literary tropes.
Oh, same, always, every single time. And also
oh no, it's us, we're the problem.
We're the problem. We don't see we're colorblind. We don't see the flags. There's someone in the chat who said something very important. They wear cottery mate. Indeed, they wear cottery mate.
Yeah. As well as Tumblr gonna Tumblr, which is also accurate.
I like Tumblr. There's a lot of amazing stuff going on in there for Vampire the Masquerade. You want to check it out. But yeah, that is all for our really cool board this week. I had so much fun. I am so sorry that your voice is probably dead right now, but you wanted to be here.
So dead.
It's your fault. I told you.
You have been telling me forever, all the whole time to rest. Have I?
This is what happens when you work with Hari. You're like, please go sleep now. And this is what happens. Thank you so much, Hari, though. It was amazing. I enjoyed spending time with you so much, and it was very, very cool to come back to it, after a break, because we had a little break of doing these. And I'm sure there's going to be way more for Month of Darkness. For those of you who like to draw or do creative things, get ready for the prompts. We will have the prompts for you, and it's going to be filled with fun stuff. So thank you so much. Thank you, Hari. And I'll see you later. Go rest now. Go sleep. Okay. Okay. Bye. Thank you so much for you joining us. If you're watching us on YouTube, if you're watching us on stream, stick around for a little Q&A we have usually at the end of the stream, and do not get lost in the night. Goodbye.